Roll. I'd like to welcome Jane Tracy from the Orange County Library System. Get the word, I'm going to spin this here and go there. And I'll let you click. You just click on the center there.
And I'll get the website.
You'll get to the website.
Okay.
Back arrow. With mouse, yeah. There you go. Just click on the logo, on your logo. There you go.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Scott. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming. I am going to talk about the library today. First of all, I want to say thank you to 1 Million Cups, to this 1 Million Cups Orlando, but then to what they're doing throughout the country. So it's a fantastic organization, and our nation is better for it. So we're very fortunate to have it. We're also fortunate to have some of the many organizations to support entrepreneurs in our region. Some of them were on the screen earlier. There are more. Do we have this throughout the entire nation? No. So this is a really progressive city, and we're always wanting to do things better, and it's in many different ways. It's in planning, it's in transportation, it's in entrepreneurship, and the library is with that. I'm going to talk about the library, but you know, the library is a piece of the overall part of this region and what this region is doing and how progressive this area is. Our library, we did get the Technology of the Year award a few years back. So yes, we're with this whole group and doing these great things. But the entrepreneurship part of it is a very important part. So that's everyone here and all of these different organizations working together to see what it is we can do to make your company better, to make it successful, to bring jobs to our area. That's Business Incubator is all about having companies in this area. So what I'm going to talk about today is this market. Then I'm going to talk about it in a little bit of a different way. So the Entrepreneurship Toolkit program is a program that I decided to create, and it is to help entrepreneurs use library resources that are free to you with your library card, that have meaning to entrepreneurs. So if I were to talk about everything the library offers, that would be a lot. So today I'm just going to focus on the entrepreneurship part of it. If you don't have a library card with us yet, you could get a card. Or some of the databases I'm going to talk to you about today, maybe your library has they have the databases. If they don't, we do offer a fee card, and the fee card is a $125 annual fee. But when you see what I'm going to talk about, that's a lot. You're getting a lot for that. So the Entrepreneurship Toolkit series is going to start in May, and it's going to be virtual, which means you could be anywhere. You could be eating your lunch. It's going to be at noon, and you could, go on to the virtual Entrepreneurship Toolkit series and get more information. I'm going to give you an idea today of what we're going to be talking about. First, I want to ask, how many of you work business to business? If you could raise your hand. Okay, so that's a lot. And how many of you work business to consumer? And how many of you work business to government?
I do.
And do we have any nonprofits in here?
Oh, we're all.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to try to kind of cover both. So we'll start, we'll go ahead, and I'm going to go to the Learning and Research section, and I'm going to go to databases, articles and databases A to Z, and they're listed alphabetically, so that's pretty easy. And you have access, to all of the databases with your library card, which is really great. And we're going to look very briefly at the Business Plans Handbook. And so I'm doing the same thing that you would do if you have your library card. It's in order to access the databases that the library pays for, you're going to log in with your library card number. So it's pretty easy to log in, and I just want to give you an example of what's available. So, let's see. How many of you work in the medical industry? Anyone work in the medical? Software? What were we gonna work? Food. Okay. Yeah. Lots of you work in restaurants? Food? I only see one. Okay.
E-commerce.
E-commerce? Okay. Good idea. Okay, so let me first tell you what we're looking at, and then we'll take a look at it, and then we're going to go to another database quickly and look at another document. So today I'm going to give you a bit of a sampling, so we're going to move pretty quick, but I want to give you an idea of what's available to you. So we're going to look at business plans. Well, where did these come from, and why do we want to look at them? So these are business plans from actual businesses throughout North America, and they were used to get funding. So immediately say, oh, that sounds pretty good. So in other words, they were used to get investors, or to get funding, a bank loan, or to get grants. So these are actual business plans. They've changed the names. We'll take a look at one. We could put in, I put in blockchain, but you could put in any industry, any type of company. And let's take a look at this. And this may be your business area, or we may look at this to see what it is that they've accomplished in terms of their business plan. So we have an idea of the executive summary, the industry analysis. Today we're going to look fairly quickly because I want to show you what it is that they've done here. So already the firm has identified several leading U.S. companies as key players in the market. Okay, and they're listing the companies. And then they're looking at international firms that were named as leaders. And now we're going to take a look here. These are their products and services. They're going to leverage the owner's extensive experience in the technology industry. Blockchain Advantage helps organizations and says how. And then as we scroll down here, we have information on their growth strategy, their marketing and sales, and now here we have Blockchain Advantage will submit case studies, articles, and blog posts to the following publications. And now they're going to focus on building relationships with key professional associations, and it has a list of associations. So just as a sampling, you can see where maybe you're in a different industry, but you could follow the same format. And how do you get that information? How do you get those associations? How do you get those key companies? I can show you how to do that. So that's part of what we can do. Anyone heard of Medtronic?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, started in a garage. They had a key relationship with the hospital, and that worked. And they continued to get feedback through that relationship. Yes, you have this product, but it would be better if you did this. And that was ongoing research and development, continuous, and it's very successful. So you can see where if you have these key professional relationships, whether you're for-profit or nonprofit, this can really help you a lot in building your business. And it may be an adaptive use. It may be that you designed a product or service this way, and then the organization or the consumer or the government organization that you're working with, they have a different way to use it, and it would be better if you did this. So it's getting that feedback, and that can be a key to entrepreneurship, and they've done studies on that. That's another whole nother subject, but they have done studies that's really can be the key to progress for the entrepreneur. So, okay, any questions about how I pulled up this business plan, or how you would benefit from looking at some of them? Yes.
So this can help you
names and also like the way that these companies are working and
Yes. And I didn't go through everything. This is there's a lot here. If you're starting a business, it can be helpful to look at the business plan and look at a few. It doesn't need to necessarily always have to be the type of business you're in, but look at a few that are really good. Another point would be maybe you're adding to your core business. You're going to add another service or product. So you may want to look at another business plan. You may want to do a refresh. Some people, they want to revisit the business plan periodically and kind of do a refresh, get some new ideas. It can also be that you are applying for funding, or applying for a grant and you want to look at numbers. So there's more to this, not just this plan, but other plans in terms of marketing your numbers. And that's actually, so here we go. Following our projected revenue and expenses for Blockchain's Advantage first 3 years of operation. And Blockchain Advantage estimates that most of this revenue will come from hourly consulting services. So all of these, it's a complete business plan, and you can download it, you can print it. This is available 24/7 wherever you are in the world, as long as you have a library card and access to the internet. So, yes.
Obviously, this is blockchain in 2020. Is there a way to just follow up to see how this company's doing today, kind of thing, to see? How would you do that?
Well, you could. I mean, if you want to research that. Now, I will say that they have changed the names. So they're actual business plans, but the names have been changed.
How many names?
And we can research other plans. I just did a sample plan, but you could research a lot of different plans. There is a template. Now, for those of you who may just be starting a business, I will say that you can go online and score. You can get a free blank business plan. And with our resources, I can show you how you can get more information to complete that business plan. Like here, we were looking at, all sorts of information about list of top companies, list of top associations. So I don't know if anyone here is just starting a business. I mean, for those who are, if you go online, you can pay, it'll seem like it's free, and then when you go to print it, that's when they're gonna ask for your credit card. So there is a template in here, in the business plan template. They have a template, they have a number of business plans, all of these you can access free. If you want physical books, we actually have the physical book at the main library downtown, so if you wanna look at physical books. But yes, SCORE also, you can go online and get a blank template as well that you can download at no cost. So there are different reasons, as I kind of touched on, to look at business plans and to get ideas, for what they're putting in. It might be marketing. What's their marketing strategy? What's their growth strategy? How are they going to do this? Maybe you're going to do consulting. So there's a lot of ideas here, and this is ongoing. So you can even do, if I sorted by relevance, but you can also do by publication date. There's all different ways that you can do this. So I want to move on to a couple other sources to try and show you. So any other questions about the business plans service? It's called a handbook because it actually started as the physical book, but now we offer it in the ebook format. We pay for both, so that's why it's it's available digitally. Any questions? Fairly easy. Yeah.
and which areas you cover all of these industries or just?
Yeah, we could just, it's super fun. Okay. I mean, truly, it's like, because if someone said to you, well, I'd really like to see a business plan, how did they get the money on that? You can look up all different kinds of businesses and see what their numbers are. And then there's another source where we can also look at numbers in terms of the actual, we could look up a company by name, because we could look up a company by name and then get the numbers on that. So Let me just, we can put in something else. Something medical. Denny City Works. So if we wanted to look like publication date, then we have some more current information and give you an idea. There's health informatics analyst.
Cat sitter, that's a good one.
Can't see her.
Is it?
Gotta get under medical, yeah.
Where is the entry page to this site again?
You mean how do you get here?
Well, yeah, it's not just the Orange County Library, but do you have like a homepage for all of these business?
All the databases.
Yeah.
So the databases are listed alphabetically, and in a minute we'll go back. We're going to look at another databases.
But what's the landing page?
So
OCLS.
It's OCLS. Yeah, I can. I'll walk you. I was just gonna. We'll look at this really quickly, and then we'll go back and I'll show you that, and we'll do another walkthrough and get to another database. I was told to speak for a reasonable amount of time, so I'm going to be looking at you all and have a sense of what's reasonable.
So you got another hour.
So I'm trying to like show you something and then move quickly.
When the sun goes down, that's it.
Okay, so this is another business plan to give you an idea, and you know already we have. They're telling you about an association that they're citing, that they're working with. So that's a good start right there. And then we have the industry analysis, and I'm wanting to show you a way that you can get industry analysis in surveys in another source. But you can see here that they have a list here. Professionals in this field may work under a wide range of job titles, including, so they're listing the job titles. This is very helpful information. And if we scroll down, we have, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, an estimated 35,500 information technologists and medical registrars were employed in mid-2022. So we're looking at fairly current information, right? And here we have a handful of companies dominated the global healthcare informatics market during the early 2020s. So we have a list of companies and organizations. Here they're giving us a website, and now we have the market analysis, their target markets. So this might be helpful. Maybe you're going to partner with them. Maybe you're going to go into their market. Maybe you're a competitor. Maybe you have a product to offer them. So there's a lot of different ways where this information could be helpful to you. And let's see, here we have information on hospitals. And I will say that, you know, there's another database that we have, the Data Axle Reference Solutions, that actually has a health database that we pay for. That if you wanted to look up, you know, physicians' offices by number of patients or, you know, specific personnel, you could do that. So there's a lot of different ways to do that. Okay, so any questions about like how you look up a business plan or type of, yes?
Can you search by region?
Yes.
So let's just say
Yes.
I want to search for a target market here in Orlando or in Florida.
You can put Florida in here. There's another database that you probably would want to use, the Data Axle Reference Solutions, in terms of getting specific information for markets where you could go by MSA or region or zip code, and you could create lists. So there's a number of different ways to do that. Today, just to give you a sample, what I'm doing is trying to give you a few highlights and then invite you to the Entrepreneur Toolkit program. So in the program, you know, we'll do 1 week with business plans, startup to scale, where I'll be going more in depth. The second week will be demographics, marketing your numbers, so ways to get those numbers and ways to market those numbers. The third week will be industry surveys, accessing knowledge and contacts. We were looking at some of the contacts here. Well, how do you get those for your business? So I'm going to show you ways to do that. And then the fourth week is investment research for entrepreneurs. Someone mentioned competitive analysis. So we'll be looking at competitive analysis in future markets, ways that you can actually get analyst reports. So it's really great that you have access to analyst reports by people that's their job. Their job, you know, like Morningstar analysts, they get paid to analyze companies in a certain industry, and then you have full access to those reports. And then you also have full access to the industry surveys. So, and that's by CFRA Associates, another independent organization. So far, I hope you are understand this is a really good deal. You know, if you're looking at it in terms of dollars. So, okay. All right. Any other questions about business plans handbook?
What I've got is, what you just showed us was really great. Who are you marketing this to? Because everybody should be aware of this.
I know.
Yes.
That's why I'm doing this.
This town
Thank
should be
you.
aware of this. I mean, that's really important information. And that's pretty basic, and they don't get it at schools.
Yes, I did give a presentation. You might guys be pleased. I gave a presentation at Edgewater High School to the seniors who are interested to be entrepreneurs, and they were on it, and they were super sharp. So it's pretty exciting. Yes.
Where is this training happening? You have to go to the
No.
library, but it's on in the.
It's going to be virtual,
Oh, virtual.
because you know there's an approach. We have like a lot of smart people in this community. The approach is now regional. So the idea is we want to be a strong regional community. So it's virtual. So you know someone could be actually in another country, and if they have an Orange County Library card, and we do have people in other countries that have Orange County Library cards, so they can come in and they can join us. So anyone can actually participate in this. You don't need a library card. You will need a library card to access these databases, whether it's with your own library or with our library. The library pays for the database access. So if you want to know more.
So once you be a part of this undertake, you have to buy a library card.
I'll pass these on.
Okay.
That's a pitch.
You can
You would like to.
participate in the entrepreneur toolkit and you can learn about it. If you want to use the databases remotely, you're going to need a library card, either with us or if your own library offers the databases with your own library. If you want to come into our library, you could come. We welcome you to come and visit us. So, and you can get like a courtesy pass for 1 hour. Yes.
Would you like to say anything about the Melrose Center, or is that not really your department?
The Melrose Center is fantastic. I was hoping to show you another database.
That's fine.
But we'll see. I don't know if I've reached my reasonable length of time.
Are you connected with sharing this with Rollins College Entrepreneur Center or UCF Entrepreneur Center?
I am open and I welcome people to share this information. That's part of the puzzle piece that I was trying to kind of touch on in the beginning, is that we have great organizations in this area, at different levels, assisting entrepreneurs. This part of it is, this is your tool. So in other words, you meet and, you consult with someone, and then you leave and you want to be able to get some information. And with these sources, you have access to do that. I'd like to show you one more, if I can, one more database to kind of give you an idea of, you can create reports just in seconds. So I'd like to show you a report. You might have an upcoming meeting, things are fast, so you might want to create something just, while you're having coffee. So you asked about how to get here, so I'm going to quickly do that, how to get here. So this is the library website. We go to learn, how to register. You can use your QR code, it'll take you directly to register under classes. Learning and research, and then you go to the articles and databases A to Z. And I wanted to show you one more, and that is the Gale demographics now, because I want to create a report for you just very quickly to show you what you can do, give you an example of what you can do. So let's just, we could do a zip code, or we could do Orlando. What did you say?
Let's do Orlando, Oklahoma.
No, that's okay.
All right, and we're gonna do
Gals by
comparison.
age.
I know some of you said that you were working
Wyoming,
with,
right?
people, so. Demographic comparison.
I work.
Well, some were business to business, some were direct to consumers, so, depends, you know. So we're running the report, and now you can see that it has quickly created this report. I don't know if anyone timed me, taking time of kind of moving quickly, but, you know, I've just selected we want to run a report. It has a date, you can download this, you could print it. It has the demographics, we're getting some demographics here, and, you know, lots of information, and household income, all sorts of information here. And then it has projections. So what's great is the reports that you create here, you can get historical, get current, and then projections. So as a business, do you want those projections? Yes, yes. So you might be looking at site planning, you might be looking at marketing. There's, you know, a lot of different reasons why. And, you know, you can just create these in minutes. And if you're working with specific industry, like here we have auto, convenience store, demographic snapshots. So there's I do one mosaic to just kind of give you what an idea of what a mosaic looks like, and then this will be it, and I'll have completed my reasonable time. And then if there are any questions after the program, I'll be glad to answer any questions for some. So here we have, we're doing Orlando. Remember, we selected Orlando as our place, and I want to give you an example of what a mosaic comparison report looks like. So say I wanted to market to this group. Now, who are they? It came up with a pretty big number there. So this is Platinum Prosperity, okay? So this is a completed marketing report. So this is giving me all sorts of information about who they are, you know, the age of their children, what their technology adoption is. Now we're getting very specific information about their home value, their household income. And now this is going to tell me about them. So how do I market to these people? What is it that they like? What do I focus on? Where do they buy their products? And we can get this for any demographic area. This is a completed report. So I hope you have an idea now. If you are doing a business plan and you have a company, immediately create some very professional reports for your meeting, you know. So, and there's more to this. And then if you wanted the flip side of this, if you want to know the names and addresses of these people, we can do data axle reference solutions, and you can create a list, and you can get a list by, you know, household, gives to charity, and those kinds of things. Okay, I'm on the cusp of being told to sit down.
Oh, no. This one's
Yeah.
important, so.
Yeah, is there any large corporation approaching you on this?
Large corporations.
Yeah, they have a lot of funds.
Should be.
Pay you. This is
This
unbelievable
is the library.
information.
Yeah.
Especially you can project. They can't.
Yes, well, thank you. So if you all have any questions, I'll be glad, like after the meeting, to speak to anyone. I sincerely invite everyone to come and tell someone else about it. It doesn't cost you anything. It's going to be virtual. You can eat your lunch. I'm not going to see. So, and there'll be more detailed. I kind of went kind of fast with this to give you a few highlights, but I hope it was valuable information to you. So thank you so much for letting me speak.
Can I, real quick, on the cards, you had mentioned there was like $125 cost, and so like a regular, if you're an Orange County resident, it's like free for a library
Yeah,
card, right?
if you live in Orange County and you contribute your property taxes to the Orange County Library System, which is how we're funded, then yes, you can get a card, you can register online, you can go in immediately, get a card, and you have full access to all our databases. I only showed you two. There's Morningstar, there's Value Line, there's Standard Poor's, there's a whole bunch. I'm moving toward my seat. And Then, if you don't have a card and, you know, your library does not have access to all the databases that you want, and you wanna get a card with us, it's $125 annual fee. I will say, if you go online and you try to sign up for one of these databases, find out how much it costs. Give you a tip.
So, the library has a very cool app called Hoopla, Hoopla, and you can access any of the information that they have, books, CDs, DVDs, anything, right through that app. You can order books that come to your house and get delivered to your house, audio books, real books. It's one of the best resources out there, especially if you like to read or listen to stuff while you work out and walk or watch movies. It's amazing.
What's the name again?
Hoopla, Hoopla.
So,
And then what's
Hoopla,
all the hoopla?
sorry, so, thank you.
You can stand up.
Thank you for that plug. So, Hoopla is one of our ebook services. The library delivers all different books to your home at no cost. You just go to our library website and go to the catalog and select what you want. If we don't own it, you can suggest a title and they'll email you back, usually in a day or two, to let you know whether or not we're gonna order it. And then if we do order it, they'll deliver it to you at no cost.
Did they come pick it up too, or no?
If you wish. I want you to come and see us. Yes, come in the building.
Eric.
If you are a Kindle reader, you can have your Hoopla books delivered to your Kindle, so they get counted on your Goodreads. You don't have to enter that manually.
Notice how sophisticated he is.
Way over my.
So is that sophisticated, you know, some people might call it lazy if you're reading.
It's Hoopla, and it ties into your Amazon, which pushes to your Kindle.
Right.
Sounds a little pushy to me.
It's wonderful.
So,
Change your
another,
life.
and to add to all this, when you're doing your research for your target markets and your marketing research and competition and all that, one of the best things that I developed over the years, and I made a really good living creating business plans, as she knows, is there's always a list of associations in those business plans. So look at those sample business plans, get an idea what those associations are, and contact those associations, and they will have a ton of free information for you with regards to the demographics of your target markets. And then not only that, when you look for these demographics, make sure you ask the right questions. Okay. And 1 million cups. So if you're starting out, trust me when I tell you that from my experience working with thousands of guys, is there are always competitors. Okay, always. And so you need to find out who they are and what they've done, mainly because you want to learn their mistakes and their successes. And 1 million cups is one of the best ways. You can go to the 1millioncups.com and you can search not just in Orlando, but in all other 108 communities, and do using a keyword based on your industry, and it'll identify, and then you can watch their presentation and see what they're doing and what questions people are asking of them in regards to that particular target market or so forth. So there's an immense, very effective and productive way to do.
Sounds like homework.
Well, and I imagine that, thank you very much, James. I can only imagine that you probably covered about 1/4% of the amount of information that's available. And so if there's any kind of research that you're wanting to do for your business, the Orange County Library System, and Jane Tracy especially, are an incredible resource. And Rod, please.
Take that data that you get, put it into one of the AIs, there's a lot of them for data analysis, and then say, how does this affect, what kind of pain problems do these people have? And it's just the entry level for your whole ideal client persona and everything that you need. Because big data gives big results and very focused results. So it's actually invaluable.
And if you'd like to work with somebody who can come up with a 38-page persona. you
Yes,
can
I
know
did that. Yes, I did that.
This guy can do that sort of stuff with the kind of information that we're talking about here. So hope everybody has enjoyed this kind of little deviation this week of our normal presentation. Rupert has something to say.
Who here's heard of Orlandopreneur?
Yeah.
No.
Who here's been to an Orlandopreneur event? All right, so these people are in the know. So third Monday of every month, we have the most popular startup networking event in Central Florida, if not the state. And we're gonna be at the Citrus Club on May 20th. And last time we were there, we had over 200 people. And this time, we're gonna be celebrating womenpreneurs. And so we're gonna have multiple organizations and companies come up and speak and talk about what they do and help and so forth. And if you wanna do some networking with the right people, then you need to be there, and I buy the first round.
Dress code requirement for Citrus Club?
Yes, there is a dress code requirement, but honestly, we're, well,
Business casual.
business casual.
No more jackets.
Yeah.
You come with a skirt.
Wear a jacket on top of that.
This is
too.
meant for women, come with a skirt.
Right, what's
It's
that?
new and
Meant for
improved.
women, come with a skirt.
Yeah.
Dress code.
Yeah. Okay, so see y'all there.
All right, we're kind of wrapping up our time.
That's not, people aren't gonna take it.
I'll take it.
Everybody gets a mug.
I don't-
Literally.
I don't want any more mugs.
Okay, then you don't get a mug.
I
I
got
just need
plenty
the
of
rubber
mugs.
to stop.
Everybody who wants a mug gets a mug. If you don't want a mug,
Forget it.
anybody, has anybody heard of Simon Sinek?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay, writer, speaker,
start with why.
One of his stories was, he went and ran a marathon with a friend, and at the end of the marathon, there were people lined up to get free bagels at the end of the run, and long lines, and he was with his friend, and his friend was like, I don't see the kind of bagel that I want. Simon just looks at him and goes, free bagel. Free mugs. And if all of that stack goes away, I have an entire another box right over there. Everybody gets a mug who wants a mug. And if you don't want a mug,
You're gonna get mugged.
free mug. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. Like us, follow us, share, comment, say nice things about us on our
Who's
various.
gonna present next week?
We don't have to know about it.
No,
Yeah,
who's
that-
gonna present
Oh,
next
who is
week?
gonna present next week? Who wants to?
Who in here has applied to present? Be honest if you applied to present.
In the past,
Like you're in the queue.
You're in the
Right now,
queue.
you're in the queue. Okay. Apply to present.
Sure.
Talk to us, go to onemillioncups.com, reach out to one of us, we'll help walk you through.
Here's an incentive, I'll do it if no one else does. That'll get them out.
Also, if we could ask, we're a little bit light today. And if you guys know of anybody who you think, who you've seen here in the past and you kind of miss, reach out to them and say, hey, you know what? It's still a good place to come and hang out and network and meet new people and learn new things. Tell them what you met and what they missed, what you learned from Jane and learn about the library. So, reach out to the community and, let everybody know that this is still a great place to be. There is a change coming. Can't say exactly what yet, but there is going to be a larger space available for us to move to in the near future. All the details are being wrapped up, I can't officially say, but there is gonna be a place that we're gonna move to. It potentially is going to require a little bit for parking. And we don't want to have to do that. There's really no way that we can get around it. And that's something that we wanna let everybody know. be a couple bucks an hour for parking.
So you mean I can write off my parking on my taxes?
So you can talk to Jim about how to write that off, how to make sure you get your receipt, and you can put that into your accounting and write that off, because you are absolutely doing something for your business. But again, we just kind of want to get that out there, that there is going to be, we love the incubator, we really, really appreciate it, but if we keep growing, we can't continue to live here, because we take up too much space and it's not comfortable for people. So, where we're going, we'll be able to grow, at least double in size, which is our goal. So that's right.
Maybe a sponsor would contribute to the parking.
Can't be done.
Legal rules.
It's the way it's set up.
Okay.
It's a private parking lot. It's downtown. It's dealing with parking downtown.
Let's do a
I'm sorry.
park pavilion. On the side.
Bob's gonna valet everybody's car.
We're gonna do the tour bus.
So anyway, that's coming in the future. So again, reach out to people that you've seen here before, or if you think somebody could benefit and come, reach out, help grow our community. And we invite everybody to come back. We invite you to take the connections that you've made here and go out into the community. Go to a local coffee shop. There's a lot of great Starbucks and Paneras and things like that. Go to a locally owned, and support another small business, another entrepreneur. If we do that, we'll help kind of build the whole ecosystem. Again, next week we don't have any presenters on the schedule, so we are actively looking for that. Thank you all very much. I'll give you a couple minutes back for your time this week, but we'll see you all again next week.
Thank you.